Excellences, Monsieur le Président André Rajoelina, Président de la République de Madagascar, Monsieur le Ministre de l'Économie et des Finances, Monsieur Richard Randa Mandrato, Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres et membres du gouvernement, Mesdames et Messieurs les plénipotentiaires du Fonds africain de développement, le FAD, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres du conseil d'administration de la Banque africaine de développement, de la haute direction et du personnel du groupe de la Banque africaine de développement. Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est pour moi un réel plaisir d'être ici chez vous à Madagascar, un pays que j'aime et auquel je suis personnellement attaché. Je voudrais souhaiter à tous les plénipotentiaires du FAD et gouverneurs de la Banque la bienvenue à cette deuxième réunion de plénipotentiaires sur la 15e reconstitution des ressources du Fonds africain de développement FAD 15. Nous sommes très heureux et honorés de la présence parmi nous du président de la République de Madagascar, Son Excellence, Monsieur André Rajoelina. Merci, Monsieur le Président, d'avoir bien voulu accueillir cette réunion de FAD 15. Et merci de votre généreuse hospitalité. Permettez-moi de vous exprimer toute notre compassion pour les 16 personnes qui ont perdu la vie au stade lors de la célébration de votre indépendance nationale. Aussi, voudrais-je demander à tous de nous lever et d'observer une minute de silence pour honorer la mémoire des disparus. Merci. Que leurs âmes reposent en paix et que Dieu apporte son réconfort à leurs familles. Nous prions également pour le prompt rétablissement des nombreux blessés. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, when we last met in March in Abidjan, we launched the ADF15 replenishment discussions. It's a discussion that's continued to be very productive, and one that includes the voices of the ADF donors and those of the beneficiary countries. The supply and demand sides meet for a market-clearing equilibrium price. Today, I warmly welcome the demand side, also represented by Rwanda, Chad, and Madagascar. I welcome the ADF15 coordinator, Mr. Kyle Peters, and thank him for all his great work in moving this process forward. And I say a very warm welcome to the members of the Board of Directors, senior management and staff of the African Development Bank Group. And to the Madagascar Minister of Finance and the Governor of the bank, thank you for your insightful contributions during our last meeting in Abidjan and for accepting to host us here in this beautiful city of Antananarivo. Let me thank you, Your Excellency, President Rajoelina, for your strong support for the bank office here in Madagascar. Our country manager's name is Mr. Sheriff. Where is Sheriff? Somewhere here. Yes. Well, the way he talks so much and so warmly about this country and the city of Antananarivo, it sounds very much like the sheriff of the town. Our focus in ADF15 is how to better address fragility. And there's no better place to discuss this than in Madagascar. Madagascar has gone through and is passing through fragility. Madagascar knows about fragility. Fragility must not be seen as an end state. Nations may go through fragility, but they can exit and become stable dynamic, prosperous, and resilient to debilitating shocks. That's our goal for the ADF, a powerful instrument to help build resilience of low-income countries. For at the end of the day, for the Africa Continental Free Trade Area to work, we cannot integrate fragile states. We can only integrate resilient states. The ADF has shown its capacity to help to achieve this. Not too long ago, Côte d'Ivoire went into political, social, and economic turbulence. Its GDP dropped precipitously. The ADF came in handy and decisively. Our policy and institutional support allowed the country to stabilize its macroeconomic indices, support to disarm the combatants, and create new employment opportunities for them, help towards much-needed social and political stability. Today, Côte d'Ivoire has continued to achieve one of the highest growth rates in Africa and even in the world. We are proud of the role that the ADF played right here in Madagascar. If there is a nation that's been through persistent fragility, it is Madagascar. Yet its people remain resilient, troubled on every side. Yes, but they are not distressed, cast down many times, but they are not vanquished. And that was fully on display 2 days ago, Your Excellency, Mr. President, at the African Nations Cup. Yes, Your Excellency, Mr. President, as you know very well, you beat my country, Nigeria. But Your Excellency, please don't forget that the Nigerian coach married from Madagascar. And since I am here in Madagascar, we just thought we would just help him keep his lovely wife here. Through faith and unrelenting hope, Madagascar as a nation has continued to surmount the tempestuous winds of political cyclone that have from time to time hampered its growth and development. During the heat of political upheavals here, while many donors left, the African Development Bank Group never did. We never have and never will. The ADF helped to bolster weak institutions, improve access to basic services like water and sanitation, and to rebuild infrastructure. Since Madagascar joined the African Development Bank Group in 1977, the bank has provided financing of $1.9 billion US. Of this, the African Development Fund, the ADF, provided $1.17 billion. Today, the current active portfolio is $366 million US. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, les projets que nous réalisons ici à Madagascar ont un impact très significatif. Citons l'exemple du projet de centrale électrique de Saofika qui permettra d'accroître la production d'électricité de 192 MW avec la possibilité d'atteindre 300 MW. Une fois achevé, il réduira le prix de l'électricité de 500%. Le faisant passer de 25 centimes de kilowattheure à seulement 5 centimes de kilowattheure. Imaginez l'espoir que cette réalisation fera naître. Un nouvel éclat dans la vie et de nombreux emplois créés à mesure que l'électricité deviendra accessible et abordable pour un pays dont le taux d'électrification n'est qu'au 15%. C'est ce genre d'espoir que j'ai ressenti lorsque j'ai visité il y a 3 ans un des projets de phare réalisés ici même, en l'occurrence un projet de riziculture irriguée à Bamangoki, dans le nord du pays. Sur les terrasses magnifiques, soigneusement sculptées dans les paysages vallonnés, les exploitants se sont battus pour produire du riz sans installation d'irrigation, sans technologie appropriée, ni infrastructure routière pour le relier au marché. Madagascar importe à hauteur de 500 000 tonnes de riz, bien qu'il ait le potentiel d'être engrainé dans la région de l'océan Indien. L'OFAD est intervenu et a soutenu le vaste système d'irrigation sur 6 500 hectares. Aujourd'hui, Monsieur le Président, les rendements sont triplés, passant de 2 tonnes à 6 tonnes par hectare. Les revenus agricoles sont augmentés de 141%. J'ai rencontré une jeune dame et un homme sur leur exploitation. Ils sont investis dans les charrues mécanisées modernes pour remplacer le taureau qu'ils utilisaient auparavant. Ils ont obtenu les revenus plus élevés et s'apprêtaient à se marier. Un vrai changement dans leur vie et un nouveau départ très prometteur. Toutefois, d'autres ont eu moins de chance. Surtout les jeunes, dont un grand nombre souffrent de malnutrition. En arrivant dans le village de Bamangoki, nous avons été accueillis par plusieurs enfants très enthousiastes, attirés par le bruit de l'hélicoptère, puisque nous avons atterri sur un terrain poussiéreux. Mon regard s'est figé sur un d'entre eux qui courait vers moi. Il était si petit qu'il était persuadé que son âge ne pouvait dépasser 5 ans. Je lui ai demandé son nom. Il m'a dit qu'il s'appelait Anthony. Mais sa voix n'était pas celle d'un enfant de 5 ans. Il m'a dit qu'il avait 11 ans. J'étais stupéfait. Il souffrait d'une malnutrition sévère. Ici, nous investissons dans une infrastructure si essentielle, mais sur un autre plan, la malnutrition détruisait l'infrastructure de la matière grise de l'avenir de Bamangoki. Anthony a dit que son rêve, c'était de devenir médecin, ce qui serait impossible avec sa malnutrition sévère. J'ai immédiatement appelé mon épouse Grâce à Abidjan et lui ai demandé si nous pouvions adopter cet enfant qui était devant moi. Et si nous pouvions l'aider à réaliser son rêve, comme pour notre propre fils, Rotimi, qui venait d'être médecin aux États-Unis. Grâce a accepté. Et le reste relève désormais du passé. Aujourd'hui, notre fils Anthony grandit. Il est bien beau et bien nourri. Il réussit très bien à l'école et figure parmi les meilleurs de sa classe. Je l'ai vu avant-hier, Monsieur le Président. Par la grâce de Dieu, j'espère qu'il sera un jour médecin et réalisera son rêve. Et qui sait, il pourrait, comme vous, Monsieur le Président, devenir le président de Madagascar. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at the African Development Bank Group, we invest with our resources, but even more with our hearts. We believe in Africa. We believe in its bright future. We believe in its destiny. The African Development Fund is all about unleashing hope for the least developed, unleashing opportunities for those without, unleashing prosperity in the midst of challenges, unleashing pride and determination to succeed against all odds. As we gather today, I am mindful that more still needs to be done. The journey is yet still long and tortuous. Supporting ADF countries is not a finished business. It is an ongoing business. An ongoing business to tackle poverty, inequality, and fragility. An ongoing business to address climate change, gender biases, as well as tackle corruption, illicit capital flows, poor management of natural resources, building quality infrastructure, and connecting nations. An ongoing business to entrench better economic and political governance. The milestones on the way are very encouraging. ADF15 cycle is well on track to achieving its targets. And with that, the ADF will have committed $48 billion to low-income countries since its inception in 1973. I am excited with the ADF15 cycle, that with the ADF15 cycle, an additional 7.1 million people will be connected to electricity, 5.8 million via the grid, and 1.3 million through off-grid systems. I am excited that over 42 million people will benefit from investments in agriculture, majority of whom will be women, just like we saw in Bamangoki. I am excited that 7.5 million people will benefit from improved water and sanitation. And all that's going to happen in just one more year. But the ADF impacts are much larger. Between 2011 and 2018, ADF replenishments have helped to connect close to 11 million people to better access to electricity. They have provided 90 million people with benefits from improved agricultural investments, 43 million of them being women. They have opened up access to improved transport for close to 67 million people. They have connected 714,000 small and micro enterprises to finance. They have provided close to 36 million people with access to better water and sanitation. And they have provided access to education for 4.1 million people. As ADF donors, you can all be very proud of your investments in the African Development Fund. Just see the completed impressive Senegambia Bridge, connecting Senegal and Gambia, a dream since 1974, realized in 2019 because of your investments through the ADF. Visualize the Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Mombasa expressway that's helped to increase trade by 400% between the two countries. Spend a moment and take in the Kasumgula Bridge that will connect Botswana and Namibia and the Democratic Republic of Congo and reduce waiting time from 14 days to just 1 hour. The African Development Fund is making a big difference in Africa. To do more, the ADF needs your continued strong support. We've set high ambitions for ourselves. With the Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, otherwise called AFAWA, we are now at the cusp of a financial engineering for women that will transform the financing landscape for women in Africa and could help leverage at least $3 billion for women. There's momentum and support behind this AFAWA thanks to several countries represented here in this room today. We've set our eyes on doubling the share of climate finance to $25 billion by 2025, half of which will be delivered to the ADF15 cycle. We'll make major progress on the Desert to Power, which is targeting at turning the Sahel into a solar zone. We'll scale up work on creating jobs for the youth to stem migration towards Europe. We'll help to address debt sustainability through targeted policy and institutional support to improve debt transparency, accounting, debt vulnerability assessments with the World Bank and with the IMF. And we'll ramp up support for the private sector development and boost investments through business and investment regulatory reforms. You can entrust the bank group with more ADF resources. We've significantly ramped up the bank group capacity to do more. Staff vacancy rates have been halved from 24% in January of 2018 to 12% by April of 2019, just 2% to reaching the agreement for ADF15, which I am confident we shall surely meet. The bank group has strengthened its regional presence and now has offices in 41 countries, including in 25 ADF countries and 16 transition states. I am delighted that we've recruited a dynamic bank professional, Dr. Yero Balde, Yero, where are you? As the Director of Transition States Department. He made a transition from being a country manager in Ghana. Welcome. And the bank will fully implement the one bank model and all the recommendations of the independent evaluation of the development and business delivery model. The stakes for Africa to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, which are just 11 years away, are very high. It's time to significantly increase support for ADF countries. ADF countries cannot be left behind. The ADF is unique. It's Africa-focused. It knows Africa. It is trusted by Africa. It delivers impressive results for Africa. Dear deputies, governors, you have built ADF as a great institution. It is delivering impressive results. The African Development Bank Group is proud of the ADF. The African Development Bank Group is proud of you, the ADF donors, as well. Above all, as you listen to our appreciation, they are dwarfed by the thanks of the over 209 million Africans whose lives have been touched and transformed by the ADF in the last 3 ADF cycles between 2011 and 2018. These voices and achievements should encourage you to know you are investing in the right instrument for Africa's low-income and fragile states, the ADF. As you increase your support through the ADF15 cycle, you'll hear even more millions of people's voices saying thank you. On the plane coming here, just before landing, I was handed a small booklet by the flight hostess. I read in it that Malagasi's are known as a people who love to sing and dance. They've got rhythm, it says, in their blood. As I came into the airport lounge on my arrival and was faced by a barrage of cameras and the press with the Minister of Finance, one of them had one question on her mind. Will the ADF15 mean a reduction for funding for Madagascar? I looked at her, smiled, beaming with hope, and couldn't but say, I believe it will be possible. To which she said, still smiling, hope they make that positive decision to increase ADF support, for ADF15 support here for us. I'm sure she would like to dance with the news of the increase and the outcome of the ADF15 replenishment for Africa and for Madagascar. And we can all dance together. And I just learned that President Andre Rajoelina wants to dance quickly. For he wants things to happen quickly. And that he is now called TGV, Train de Grande Vitesse, or high-speed train. Let's make ADF15 a TGV for Madagascar and for the rest of Africa. On their behalf, and on behalf of millions of Africans whose lives will be improved and who also will sing and dance like the Malagasis, I say thank you for a substantial ADF15 replenishment. Thank you and welcome.